comments were just so depressing. But they were saying, like, women, what have you not said out loud about marriage? And one woman said, his life will be better when you get married. Yours won't. And it was this conversation about, you're going to do everything you do for yourself, and now you're going to have to do it for somebody else too, and the kids. And I'm like, man, it really matters who you decide to do life with, right? And how they view partnership and marriage and you as a woman and your ambitions and your goals and the role they play in that, and that you don't do that on your own. You do that as a team.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackbird 901 in conjunction with Jay. Today it's Dilemma Wednesday. Okay, Dilemma Wednesday is when we have conversations about relationships. We bring dilemmas and we just have a good time, man. This is a Wednesday good time. So if you're ever joining us on a Wednesday, you know you're about to have some good fun, a good conversation, different points of view. Make sure you share the live with somebody, because somebody might need a little wind down. You know what I mean? It's been a hard week. Halfway through it, you're thinking about the next 2 days. Come and enjoy and have a bit of fun with Dilemma Wednesday. Today's conversation is who benefits more from relationships. I've been on TikTok and they've been talking about this all the time. Women benefit more from relationships. Men benefit more from relationships. So we're going to discuss it today. And there was a little video which I played. I know I only played the audio. I will play the video again. But before I do, let me first introduce my wonderful, illustrious, beautiful, charming, delectable. Actually, I can't say that. It's reserved for somebody else. Sorry, my bad, man. Delicious co-host. You know what I mean? Jay, how we doing, baby?
Well, I have been told I am delicious. So that's right. You walked into that. I'm sorry. You walked into that.
Fine. I'll let you have it.
I am good. Hi, everybody. Hello.
Sorry. Those of you who are joining us, if you don't know, you know. This is our universal sign. Okay? Don't take it for Illuminati. This is us just doing a little funny thingy. Okay? But how you doing, baby? You good?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm alive and I'm well. I cannot lie, so I'm feeling good. I'm in a good space. Well, look,
Texas today, huh?
Listen, today's conversation is going to be fun. It's going to be a bit of a riot. And of course, the topic is who benefits from relationships. I've got a few dilemmas in between that before we get to that stage. So I want to ask just your quick thought and opinion. Who do you believe benefits more from relationships, men or the womans?
This is going to be controversial off rip. The one who is least invested in the relationship.
You know, I didn't think even of that. So that's okay. That's a good answer. Okay, cool. Well, listen, those of you in the audience, the question we're asking today is who benefits more from relationships? Is it men or is it women? I will put a poll in there in a second or two and you can join the poll. But we've got to do some dilemmas and some conversation about relationships before we get to that stage, okay? So if you're here, fantastic. Well done. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys are liking, you are sharing, you are subscribing, you're clicking on that wonderful bell button for notifications of the uploads. Okay, all right. Make sure you subscribe. Okay, all right. Make sure you become a membership as well. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna talk about this particular thing because I have a little video for you, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this, Jay. In 2025, relationships, as they say, can be very much sometimes transactional. So I thought I'd play a video for you.
Don't bother me. I don't like men that only spend money on me when they're in my presence. This guy just called me and asked me what I was doing tonight and if I wanted to go out. I don't have an issue with going out tonight. I'm dressed. I'm about to go out with my friends. My issue is he's only going to spend money on me if he's there. Because he's always just trying to he's always like, are you hungry? Do you need anything? All this stuff. But if I ever say I'm hungry, he wants to pick me up and take me to dinner. Just send me the money. And it's the same thing for tonight. And I know that if he was to come, he would pay for everything and he'd make sure all my friends got home safe and he'd drive us everything. Even the guy that we're going out with, he would take care of him. But it's like, Just send me the money and leave me alone.
Now, good sis, I don't know if you heard everything she's just said, but I want to know what your first thoughts are before we dive into any dark hearts about what she was saying, because there are some dark hearts of what she's saying. So I just want to first and foremost just dive into what your first thoughts were in regards to what that young lady said, because I know you have some thoughts immediately to what she said.
Hey, I felt her. I felt her. Sometimes you feel like this. I'm not gonna help it. Sometimes you do feel like this. Okay. It needed to be said out loud. Thank you. It needed to be said out loud, but why do you always have to be there if you're just checking on me? If you're just making sure I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Did I eat today? I don't have to feed her. Sometimes I'll just send you something, you know what I'm saying? And it's not saying nothing. Sometimes if you if I call and say, hey, you hungry? I'll DoorDash you something. I ain't got no problem with it. So do me the same. Do me the same. I get it. But I mean, it's on the flip side. I don't know how annoying this person is to her. Because sometimes people just be annoying. You don't want to be around their presence or whatever and stuff like that. But you know, you hungry. You want something. You need something. But sometimes you just have a person that is just, you like them. They're not really annoying or whatever. You do like them, but you just want to spend some time doing other things away from them. That person is a little bit of time consuming, or they're always in need of the presence. And I think that's more so having a conversation on what our love languages are, because we might have two different ones and be on two different waves. Where we are in this relationship, because maybe I'm viewing you as a situationship and you want something more or whatnot. And are you just doing this because at the end of the day, you're tallying up how much you're spending on me, so how much I should be giving you in return? So there's like a lot of little things that could be going on in this situation, but I have had moments where it's just like, bruh, just send the cash up, my guy. It's okay. It's okay. It's
okay. Well, listen, I mean, look, I get it. I actually understand it, from a very dark arts perspective. I can see why she's saying that. I also see why the man them were frustrated by this video. It just gives very much transactional. It's giving very much you want to use me. It's giving very much, that I'm just an ATM in a bank. And look, I always say this: you want to use me, just don't say it out loud. You know what I mean? Don't say it on the net. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Because in the end, we all know. Okay, maybe not now, but I'm saying in the past of Egypt, I'm happy for you to tell me. Because I was a quid pro pro. You do for me, I do for you. You can tell me straight, listen, hey, you know what, coach? I want you to scratch my back. You know what I mean? I had no problems with that, but just know that I'm gonna get mines too. Because when I start being direct and telling you, listen, I don't want all the extra commotion. I just want to do the quick bam bam. I don't want to hear no conversation about men are misogynistic or anything like that. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are you saying, Jay? I know you're looking at me.
No, because I hear you. I receive you. I respect it. You feel me? But what you missed,
say something wild.
No, I'm not gonna say nothing wild. What you missed and what she said already and stuff like that is every time. Meaning this is not the first time this has happened or whatever and stuff like that. It's like every time you ask me if I'm okay, I need something or whatever, you literally have to be there to do it for me. So in some regards, yes, it feels transactional from you for her to say that like that. But in some regards for her, it feels transactional too. It's like you're picking up a prostitute. You're picking me up to go enact a service for you so I can in turn do something for you. So it goes hand in hand sometimes. Not saying that's the intentions of either of these people. We don't really know because it's going back to everybody's intentions at the end. However, her saying it is where I hear it is like every single time I ask you or you ask me, you have to be literally there with me. It's obviously we have something going on. So it's like, can you just not send me? Can you just not DoorDash me something? Like, can you just not have to be present in it? And so it might just too, she might just be dealing with a person that has to be validated through their actions. So he has to see that you see, I'm doing it for you. Like, I have to see that you accept that I did it for you or something like that. So it's a lot that may be going on between this relationship. On the surface, saying it out loud, it does sound wild. It sounds crazy. But sometimes when we ask to hear what the other person is thinking, here's our thoughts.
Okay, no, listen, I do hear your perspective, right? I think what you're saying to me is that you know what, like, there's an overkill of this situation, right? Which is that every time he wants to, like, she wants, let's say for instance, oh, she's hungry, instead of just giving her money to like order something, he needs to be there to enjoy it with her, etc., etc. Which I actually get that. I get that perspective. You know, sometimes a little bit of independence goes a long way. A little bit of autonomy goes a long way. Sometimes just be nice, send the money, and let the person enjoy it, right? And it doesn't need you to be present or there in doing so. I get that perspective. So I'll hold that and I'll say, listen, that could be a truth as well. You know, I think also to add to that, if it's not transactional, the way she handled it, not by putting it on the internet, but the way she delivered it, didn't give off that this was somebody you care about, it was very transactional. You know what I mean? So now what you're trying to say, you want to dictate the terms. And that's where it's going to get a little bit tricky, because he who giveth the money haveth the power. You know what I mean? He said the money comes with strings and conditions. Okay. All right. Condition number 1, you don't spend it without me. Okay. All right. Now, of course, I don't mind giving the money, let you experience your life and do what you want to do with it. I don't need to be there because I don't want to always be there. And it can be a little bit clingy. I think personally, sis, you got the wrong one. I think you got the wrong one. I think this guy is playing you at your own game. You getting irritated because you have to spend quality time with this brother, and he's like, yeah, well, if you won't have my money, this is what I'm going. The guy, you're not even complaining about the sex. You're complaining about the fact that he wants to spend quality time with you. Yuck! You hate that man. I won't go honest with you. You hate that man with a passion. In fact, you hate his mere presence, his breath, his essence, his perfume, everything about him. You hate him. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Because you don't even complain about the fact that he wants sex. You complain about the fact that his presence is always there. Yeah, definitely you hate that man with a passion.
I mean, like I said, I don't know how much he annoyed her, but she don't even want him to spend on her friends. Like, child, she being selfish with the friends. Like, he would even spend on the man that was there with us. He can't even be sugar daddy at this point, but let it go, sis. Just let it go. And I mean, I agree. He who makes the gold makes the rules. However, long as you can free yourself from that gold, you got the power, sis. So just like let that man go. Or just call him when you hungry and alone and you're not embarrassed by him.
Because honestly, sis, it weren't working. Like, oh God, so listen, just you breathing is frustrating me. You know what I mean? She can't even enjoy herself. Like, you have to deep how mad that is.
Hey,
like,
you
she
see
can't
how
actually enjoy herself.
I mean, her baby's hair was flopping back and forth, and I'm not even mad at it, okay? But she was like, she's going crazy.
Say a word. Like, she could not be around that man. She hate that man. You know what I mean? And it's understandable. We get it. Sometimes you just hate the person you're with.
Sorry,
you know what I mean? Sorry to that man indeed. Like, he needs to learn quickly about his value. That girl doesn't even, like, some girls, you know, most girls will be even happy for you to spend so long as you're, you know, if you're with them and you're spending money on them, they're not a problem. This girl says separate state and church. I need funds, not you. That's wild.
Maybe it's the aesthetic.
Maybe
Maybe he don't match the aesthetic. So in private,
But how bad can it be? Because how bad must it be?
sugar daddy, some sugar daddies is not the one she really want there.
But even the sugar daddy, some of you ladies will be happy to at least, you know what I mean? But this one, you don't even want to. No, you know what? I hear it.
You know,
I
it's
hear
the
it.
one that you always be on taking the pictures. You taking the pictures, but you never see him.
I hear it. No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, not wanting to be okay. I get you. I ain't going mad at it. I hear you. Mm-hmm.
And then it depends on his personality when he with the group too, because you be like, dang, you're
acting old too. You're not even acting cool. Not even acting suave.
But then if it is all that, we back to it's transactional on her part.
I mean, it's definitely transactional. But again, is it? I mean, the question is then: is anything wrong with a transactional relationship?
It's a two-way transaction because he has to pay to play. So obviously he knows he's just trying to pay less for more. That's all. So I mean, he's finagling where he could finagle. She in negotiation. She just gonna have to negotiate her deals. Like right now, it's like, hey, listen, no, I cannot do it this way. So either you could just cash at me, or I'm gonna have to free you back to the free world and let some other woman allow you to be in her space.
I mean, okay. So obviously, with that, I want to ask my question then: is there anything wrong with a transactional relationship, though? Is there anything wrong with a transactional relationship?
No, I feel like most of them are in reality. You know what I'm saying? It's just what you're negotiating for the relationship. Sometimes you're both negotiating the same thing. So sometimes it's both in the same direction of we may want love, marriage, kids, this, that, and the third. The problem comes in is because most of us don't, one, accept that it is actually transactional. Two, don't have the talks about what transactions we're trying to receive in this, because, you know, especially situationships, we already know those are strictly transactional. Most of the time we talk about everything we want in this. It's like, okay, I'm paying to play, or we playing with what we doing, you know. But when we get to the point where one of us is starting to invest more into it, not just maybe financially or whichever way we started off investing, we started investing more of ourselves, times, money, energy, everything into it, and the other person hasn't switched on that code, that's when it feels transactional. Or when we're getting to an end of an era where one is checked out, but the other one is still fighting or whatnot, it starts to feel transactional more so. But it's always been a transactional thing from jump. That's just how I see it.
Listen, I hear you. I think transactional relationships can work for people in a particular space and particular mindset. I think, like you said, you need to know what you're going into. You know what I mean? I'm not going to advise you to go into it, but I'm saying to you, if you are going to go into it, you need to be aware of what you are getting from that transactional relationship. You know what I mean? The advisory is that effing around, you will find out. FAFO. Okay. In most cases, you're gonna F around and find out. So I just want to let you know the terms and conditions in the situation, right? And it gets sticky real quick because emotions, once they get involved, it changes the trajectory of that relationship. It changes the dynamics. It changes also the parameters. And then you also have to start looking at how you actually feel about it. You know how you might feel about that person and what you feel is now an acceptable transaction between the two of you. You know what I mean? So you just got to be very concise, be very astute, be very aware of what you're going into if you're going to be doing transactional relationships. You know what I mean? So if that girl says she's only going to spend time with you because of money, and you know your objective is that you want to spend time with a pretty girl and you're willing to pay for it, then my boy, be aware of what you're going into. What I don't want is a finagling. The finagling that can happen from some people, which is you're taking more than you were given, man. You know what I mean? That's when you start upsetting people and you start upsetting yourself. You know, as a man, if you know you're paying to play for her time, you know, before you transcend it into a sexual relationship, you might want to make sure the conversation is very clear. before it gets sticky and it gets into another situation. If it was just paid to play for just a bit of time and attention, a bit of food, my friend, be very aware that if you're going to switch to parameters or the playground, make that clear, because nobody needs a situation. Nobody needs a problem, you know?
And check the emotions at the door, especially if you are going to have the conversations go without, because it's nothing more than for you to know what type of situation you in, but still have an attitude when it's not going the way you thought you was going to manipulate it into later on. So it's like, get yourself regulated first before you start walking into some situation. Because I know some men out there who sitting here paying to play, yet be mad when they can't get more out of it. It's like you knew what you signed up for. And women the same way too. It's like, you know, you'll sit here and do all this stuff for a man for certain things or whatever, and when you don't get it, you get mad and want to tear up his stuff. Like he's been, it's nothing worse than people being honest with you from jump and then you still being mad at the end. Because you just wanted to play in these games that you shouldn't be playing. Some of y'all is not built for this. Some of y'all not built. But yeah. Anywho, transactions, yes. We all need them.
No lies told. No lies told. All right, we'll go to our, another video that we've got for you guys as well. Here's another one. Oh,
Answer truthfully. No.
Sorry, hold on. I have my video.
Ready?
Yeah.
I got a couple questions for you. We'll do about 30. I can get them out quick. If I wasn't a successful streamer and I tried talking to you, would you still talk to me?
If I
It's a yes or no. Don't try to see you playing with the shit already. It's a yes or no.
see, but like,
It's just a yes or a no. See you playing with the shit. That's not how polygraph tests are.
repeat it.
If I was not a successful streamer, if I was not T Banks, would you talk to me?
Probably not.
True.
Just be real.
Emotional damage. I'll let you go first, Jay.
Let me not laugh at somebody else's pain, because I just be wondering, why people like to ask dumbass questions they don't really want to know the answers to. Like, I'm sorry, there is no such thing as a dumbass question. It's just like, that was just dumb to ask. Like, literally. Go, coach, go.
No, I mean, listen, I think obviously the situation, you know, like, you know, it reminds me of, it's like when you, it's like if you've ever cheated or ever been cheated on, right? There's a conversation that you should never ask. There's a question you should never ask. Were they better than me? Never ask that question, because if the answer is they were, you're in trouble. And most people, I'm gonna be honest with you, when people cheat, you were never better than the person they cheated with, because that's why they cheat in the first place. I'm just being honest with you. But anyway, real spit though, asking that question, whether they, you know, about them, you know, asking that question which you don't want to answer for, is the surest way for a setup. So long as you're always ready to receive the heavy bang, hey, then go ask away, my boy. Make sure your feet are sturdy and make sure your belt is around your trousers, because it's gonna look really embarrassing. The earth gonna shake. Trousers gonna come down. You're gonna look embarrassed, because putting your girl on a polygraph, and maybe it's fake and maybe they're doing it for content or whatever they're doing it for, but it just the reality of the situation is to put someone on a polygraph and then to ask them one of those wild-ass questions. The reason why you asked it in the first place because you already knew.
You already know,
and that's your problem. So I don't know why you'd want to put on a polygraph test to do that. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
My biggest thing too with that is if you're not prepared to make the next step, because what do you do after that? What you gonna do with that information? And my biggest thing to tell people is don't go looking for nothing you're not ready to find. Meaning, if you're not ready to move yourself up out of that situation, don't go searching for problems. Don't go looking for things and reasons to be about a situation, because then you look crazy to everybody that knows about the situation. I'm gonna put it like this, because some of y'all just keep it private, which is smart of you to do. Might not be safe, but smart. But to blast it like he's blasting it right now, so now everybody's all in the business, and if you stay right there, now we're looking at you like a fool. So to me, it's like you got to ask that question because you're ready to check out and you want to fool us like, oh, you're so broke or whatever stuff. Give me the Maury reaction, like, I knew it. So you can be up out of here and stuff like that. But you're like literally heartbroken over this answer now. Meaning that you're contemplating, do I even move on? Why ask? Why even disturb the pot? Why even just disrupt your whole life right there? Stay in your little blissful bubble. Be in ignorance all your relationship. Just live with it. But I'm going to tell you like this, and I learned this from Charles Barkley way back in the day when he said something about how he do not date black women and stuff like that because they're only after you for your money. And it made me think the only reason them other women was talking to Charles is because he had money. So 95% of the time, most women only talking to you, I don't care what race she is, only talking to you because you have money, because that's how we are raised, to find a provider and protector, meaning that you need some money to provide for us. We are competing against other women for a man that is in the 1 percentile all the time. You hear us being talked about like that. Kevin Samuels and broadcast down with all of that information and stuff like that. Sir, that is a dumb question to ask off rip for anything. The answer all the time is pretty much is going to be yes. Unless she was in the mud with you, that means that y'all grew up together and she watched you go through this whole thing, with this whole process of getting to this stat. Then that question might be a little bit valid then, that yeah, she might be with you for more than just the money. But chances are any woman that you met after you made your money is for you for money. She might like you later on after. I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah, it's difficult, you know. I think this situation is always difficult because, of course, you don't want to ever be liked because of just your financial spending powers, right? As an individual, as just like a woman doesn't want to be liked just because she's sexy, right? You don't want that to be the case. I think the key thing here, though, is if you don't want it to be the case, not to not be successful, but it's to change what you lead with, right? So, like, a lot of people might say, oh, when you become more successful, how do you determine if someone actually likes you? Well, you spend time with them, right? You spend time with them and you actually see if you guys actually connect on different things. You know what I mean? Like, if you're somebody who's becoming successful, you don't want someone that's too focused on you, and you don't want someone that's not focused on you. You need to find a good balance. So if you're not balanced, you'll find it just as hard as anybody who's broke to find the right kind of person, because you need to be able to identify people who actually like you, and who actually like themselves. So this is a really, this situation, unfortunately, I think it falls into a category also as well that a lot of these streamers that I'm seeing, no offense to them, they're nerds. Just gonna be honest with you. You're just nerds who've now got access to power and to wealth. So now, guess what? That social aspect with women doesn't change. If you don't learn the key skills and attributes, if you don't learn about, what women actually respond to, then guess what? You are paying to play. That's what in a sense, what he's saying is he's paying to play. And the girl has told you, I'm getting paid and I'm playing. Okay, all right, and I've done the test now. So now I'm in a situation. You've asked me this question. You asked me whether, I'm here because if I didn't know who you are, yeah, you're right. She probably wouldn't even look your way. And this is what I'm saying about also sometimes you need to know your level as well. I think most men are delusional. We're delusional because honestly, you've let the same way. I won't be real with you. I'm going to say something a bit wild. I'm just going to put it out there now. I'm going to say it.
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
There's delusion on both sides of the court, both men and women, right? So men's delusion is that money changes your face and changes your case. Now, am I saying that money can't improve your chance of getting a beautiful, fine woman? It can, absolutely. What it doesn't change, though, is the inward size of yourself. So if you're still lame, you're lame. You're just lame with money. Okay? And what tends to happen is then you shoot your ball outside of the court into a whole new basket, into a whole new court that you actually probably shouldn't be on. And you're wondering why it's not working. Well, because the girl actually sees who you are truly underneath the money and everything else, right? And then it got me thinking, because I feel like some women also have a similar issue. You see, men have money. Ladies have the makeup. Some of you have got makeup galore, sexily done, beautifully done, crafted by the hand of God himself. But you're just being used left and right. It's because the inwardly doesn't match the outwardly. Outwardly, with the makeup, you look like a 9. But inwardly, you're a 5. And so when you meet that guy, right, he sees the actual real you. Beyond the makeup, he sees the real you. You're pressured. Same with the guy. That's why he's sitting there doing a test with that girl, asking a polygraph on some stupid question when he already knows the answer to it. She's not with you because she likes you. She's with you because you are paying to play. You know what I mean? But anyway. Someone said someone's outside with no makeup, so try again.
Nah, but I hear what you're saying, sis, but it's deeper than that. What he's really saying is like, some women are just beautiful. Some of them are beautiful without that on the outside, but their personality, their character, all that is trash. So it's that beauty means nothing at the end, or they are some 304s or something like that. It's like, it means nothing. So it's like the same thing as he's saying. It's like, all your money does not make you. Like they say, like, I mean, they'll love to say money makes you handsome, but it doesn't change your character. It doesn't change who you really are on the inside or whatever. It just brings it out more, intensifies it. We're watching documentaries right now on how money changes people for the worse. So if you didn't have a good something going on beforehand, that money ain't gonna make it better. And some of y'all just be throwing tantrums with your money.
Real spit.
Straight throwing tantrums with your money. But hey, listen, they're both in a little pickle. She has to figure it out if she's gonna let this man go and find somebody else he want to trick on. And he just has to figure out his lane of woman who is going to both appreciate the money that he brings and his time.
Indeed, but it's gonna be hard for him because he's gonna have to figure out how to be in that position, how to let her go. Because if you're, and this is difficult, this is why I mentioned about the makeup aspect as well. For men who are paying to play, remember, they think they've caught a baddie. You think you've caught the biggest fish. Mm-hmm. And because and this is, it's interesting, you say there's a thing about lottery winners who win the lottery and then lose the money. The reason being, it's not because they're reckless spenders. It's because the mind has not caught up with where they are. So somebody who is a millionaire or billionaire, they've conditioned their mind in the way that they deal with money. They recognize the systematic aspect they recognize the patterns of money, they understand money. They've done the training so that when they get to that place, money comes, but it doesn't slip out their hand. Lottery winners lose money because the money came quickly and easy and there was no lessons in between. And so the money goes out very quickly, right? So you get £1 million, you spend it on 500,000 house, and you buy something else at 200,000. Before you know it, and taxes take, you're done, right? And now you ain't got no money to supplement the fact that you've got this massive asset. Why is that? No education. And oftentimes because the mind hasn't caught up to where they actually are. And the same thing with men that have money. If you are a lame and your mind hasn't caught up socially, what tends to happen is you find women like this who are willing to use you. Mm-hmm. Because you're not understanding that you need to be liked for who you are, not for the money you are. But you found a baddie and you looked at the outer contents, not the inner. So now, instead of choosing somebody who really likes you, you've chosen somebody who just wants to just tolerate you. Like, at least this one wants to stay with you, man. The other one was saying, like, just send me the money. So, you know what I mean? You're doing something right, at least. You know what I mean? It could be worse. But it's the same thing what I was saying about the makeup aspect. It's not necessarily the makeup itself. It's that some women are covering. They're beautiful women, but they're covering up their actual insides. So what ends up happening is, especially if you do makeup well, you look like a 9. Fantastic. You deal with men that are 9s and 10s. But the 9 and 10s men can also see that you're really a 5. Not because of your beauty per se, but because your mind hasn't caught up that you're a 9. You know you can attract that 9, but your actual maintenance of a 9, you don't have it. You feel too much pressure. You become too anxious, too clingy, or you want to start playing games. And it's the same thing. When the mind hasn't caught up, this is what ends up happening. You know.
I'm just reading some of these comments.
I know someone said, don't these men know when women are wearing makeup, they choose to date that woman? Yes, they do choose to date that woman. It's not about they should take it off anything. It's just simply mindset we're talking about. And he wasn't hooked up to a polygraph for her to ask him any good questions too. Lol. I hear it. So the truth of the matter is, you attract both good and bad when you're wealthy. It's who you say yes to that will change the trajectory of your life. True.
Yeah, it's true. But you attract good or bad, wealthy or not. It's just out there.
You're in line. Well, you can tell he's controlling because he took advantage of the fact that she was vulnerable to ask her a question like that. I mean, I don't know if he's controlling. He might be. You know what I mean?
I can't see it like that because I feel like you would take advantage of that moment to ask anything. Stay hooked up to a lie detector. It's like, what? Let me ask all kind of questions. When you said you was going to that party last week, did you really go to that party?
It's like, yeah, did you that last week when I called you, were you really there?
Were you really there? When I said I really needed you and you didn't answer the phone, what was you doing?
You said you were eating, but were you really eating? You know? I get it. You're asking those wild questions, boy. Asking them wild questions.
I just be like thinking like you just need to ask questions that is what you ready to move on. Like what you ready to do something on. Like, because for me, asking that question means that I'm ready to move from the situation. I just need that final little be like, okay, thank you. My decision is valid. That's it. So if I'm asking questions like that, I'm ready to go. Like, all right, I'm ready to go. Because I'm hoping you say, yeah, I've been doing yada, yada, yada. Like, okay, good. Cool.
I hear you now. All right, we've got another video for you this time. Another interesting one.
Know that.
I know.
Women love you because of me. I know, guys.
Hold on.
Do you know women love you because of me? Do you know that?
I know.
Women love you because of me. I know, guys. I'm vibing you now.
Listen,
abakazi bakwetegane mu club nga bandi abandi awo ne bezinyazinya ebintu ne bekunamya ne batwakinga ne bekoze ebintu omanyi waliwo bana bawala mbazi naye batinga yebatunulayo bandabye nazinanyinatunulayo like nga betega they fucking do these things when I'm there and I'm watching and I'm like, dude, if they're doing this and I do so you're lying when you say women don't vibe you. Men vibe me. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm beautiful.
Exactly.
I'm very intelligent. I'm a good woman. I'm very hardworking. I'm a good mother. There's a lot of things that men see about me and they're like, oh my goodness, she's a good woman. So men vibe me. But for me, it's more like I'm married. Okay? I've got someone in my relationship.
Well, one, I didn't see the video, but she was saying a mouthful.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, the video didn't play.
It didn't play.
It's
the audio.
Yeah, it was.
Was it the other one? Yes, I know what happened. Let me just play the first part so you actually see it. The first part, just the first part, so you can see the expressions. Just the first part we need to focus on.
Do you know women love you because of me? Do you know that?
I know.
Women love you because of me. I know you guys are vibing you now. Stop lying.
Listen,
so you're lying when you say women don't vibe you. Men vibe me.
Okay.
I'm gonna watching. And I'm like, dude, if they're doing this, so you're lying when you say women don't vibe you. Men vibe me.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm beautiful.
Exactly.
I'm very intelligent. I'm a good woman. I'm very hardworking. I'm a good mother. There's a lot of things that men see about me and they're like, oh my goodness, she's a good woman. So men vibe me. But for me, it's more like I'm married. Okay, I've got someone.
When I said like, oh boy, ask some dumb questions, this is like when we have just done unnecessary conversations. Like, what was the point? What was the point? Why did we get here? Why did we get to the fact that men like me, and when they see me, they see a good one? Why are the men seeing you? Since you're a married woman, since you are a married woman, not saying that they should not see you, but it sounds like for them to know that you are a good woman, they got to know you. How do they know that you are a good woman, ma'am? When keeping it real goes wrong, because I'm like, ma'am. I was with her in the beginning because I understand sometimes women pay attention to a man when he's with a woman. When he has a woman, he becomes more attractive. So I thought this is where we were going with this, but somehow she took a whole left turn and went off the road and started talking about how all these men desire her. I was like, where are we going with this? Where are we going? Where are we going? I need to put my seatbelt on because I don't know where we're going. I'm scared.
I think the scariest part for me is that she said basically the girl them don't want you unless they don't want you because they don't want you. The girl them wouldn't want you if you wasn't with me. I think sometimes, whether that's true or not, the quiet part can't be said out loud. That's nuts behavior. You know what I mean? Like, I can't lie. That's some wild ass stuff. You want to think that within your brain, but you saying it out loud is nasty work. I was like, fam, this boy better run.
Certain women wouldn't want him if he didn't have that. I
agree.
So there is some validity, for that. I'm gonna mess up her validity.
You got it right.
There it is. And what she is saying. However, the way she said it is trash. Because it just makes it sound like no woman would want him. Like, sis, you wanted him. You want him. Do you want him? I'm pretty sure he has some girlfriends before you. There's people out there that do want him. Now, being around you might elevate his status because some women do look and be like, oh, he can catch a woman like her. I can do better. They challenging you, sis, to be honest with you. It's not even about him. They're challenging you by saying, I can catch her man, I can get her man, or whatever and stuff like that. However, she was rude as hell. And I still don't know how she got off to turning this thing about how the men is all infatuated with her and all this stuff. I know you showing me such a small clip. I don't watch the show. I need to see how that plays. I need to see how that plays.
I don't know how it got to either. I have no clue how it got to either. I'm still confused how it got to it. My thing is, just some conversations. See, some conversations are going to get you in trouble in your relationship, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Like some things, like, you know what I mean? Like you having a conversation. It's like me having a conversation with my future missus and me telling her, like, let me just tell you about how I was in Egypt. I was knocking these chicks left and right, bro. I can still knock them down, why am I talking about that? You know what I'm saying to you? I still get, like, there's certain conversations that just don't need to be continually happening. As well. And also the key thing here is this. If women wouldn't be attracted to him or women wouldn't come to him because you are there, I think that's an interesting logic. You know what I mean? It's an interesting logic. Like you said, obviously the women are competing against women, but I also then seem to think to myself, then did you settle? Because why wouldn't they come to him? Why did you go to him? If women wouldn't come to him, but you chose him, why did you go there? Are you telling us that you settled? Is that what you're really telling us? Because anytime you're going to tell someone, listen, these girls or these men wouldn't come after you if it wasn't for me, what you're really saying is, I settled for you. Because why would they not be coming? Why would they not be coming without you regardless? Which means now we've got a bigger problem. You settled. This relationship's doomed to fail. That's nasty work.
Yeah, because I prefer looking at my man just like, damn, these heifers want you because you fine, babe. You know what I'm saying? You fine, like and I gotta fight all these. I gotta fight every day, every night. I gotta fight to prove my love. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause my baby fine, and they're telling me in the comments, like, I guess she's a singer or whatever and stuff like that. That means that
You know who she is, yes, but
yeah. I don't
You're
though.
right. Yeah.
And stuff. So it's like, she's a singer, and I can see because I can see what's happening. I see it. And because her platform is seemingly bigger than his, probably at this particular moment too. Yeah. This
And
is
she's
not
older as well.
This is not gonna end
By a good few amount. She's older by a good few amount of years as well.
It's older too. Okay.
This is amount of years.
This is gonna be a hard slap to the face. She better humble herself soon, because I'm watching a lot of people go through divorces and breakups right now that have this similar dynamic. And the embarrassment that is coming to them in some degree, which in some cases is like, just kind of see this coming, but
yeah, it's tight. And you're right. There is a similar dynamic that's happening quite a lot to people. And again, when you haven't done the work to heal, right, and heal appropriately, these are the kind of relationships you end up in. They're power struggles. They're nothing more than power struggles, where you wrestle for control of the relationship, rather than loving. You are trying to control the situation. Yeah, Candy and Todd is the exact same thing. Yeah, it's right. Like, again,
they're the same, but no, I don't want to interrupt your thought. I was going to say they're the same, but in a kind of a reverse way, though.
Okay, I'll let you explain that then. Oh, you can explain that. You want to explain that?
No, finish your thought, because you was going somewhere.
No, I was gonna. All I was gonna say is that it's a power struggle with a lot of people, and it's because we're unhealed, right? So we choose people that we can control, right? So she's chosen a man that's much younger, a man that probably doesn't know himself as well, because again, if you're talking like this, it's similar to the guy who's doing the polygraph. This is not the first time this has happened. Like, we are witnessing something that continually happens. So this just highlights there are key issues that are showing up in these scenarios. The gentleman was trying to pay to play. Here we've got Zari choosing a young man that makes her feel revitalized, makes her feel young, makes her feel youthful, but it also recognizes that he's a young bull. You know what I mean? And if he's a young bull, she has somewhat of the reins over him a little bit. You know what I mean? Only for so long before he wakes up.
But that's what would be killing me on those things, though, is because it's like, yes, it may be a young bull, but you have to understand that he's going to grow and mature. So he's not going to be young forever. And so to keep this well balanced, you can't move like this. You can't move as the over controlling, bearing parent figure. In a way, you've had your life, you've done your thing. At this point, what you should be doing, if anything, is nurturing what he has going, because you have your success. And if this is the person that you actually really want to be with, you will be nurturing his success too, so you can be a successful couple together. I mean, I figured that would be my goal if that's supposed to be my person, because I'm already established. And this is why I was going to say with Todd and Candy, I feel like it's in a little bit of reverse, where it is more so the more pressure is on Todd in his case because of the world, not so much Candy. I never really seen Candy say or come at Todd in a matter of my money trumps your money. It was always more so in a I'll help you situation if you ask me. but I'm not going to overstep and just throw my money at you or anything like this, or not invest any time into your situation or not support you in any type of way. I've always seen her being very supportive in a lot of things that Ty had going on. So I don't necessarily want to group her into that just because I'm looking at this situation and watching this lady throw who she is at this man, opposed to like a woman having it and showing like, hey, I'll still support you to get it, even though you'll never be as no, this is just my thoughts. No, let me stop being petty. But you know, like at the end, it was a little bit different. I just see it different. Yeah, Candy is very humbled, and that's what I'm saying. She's already kind of humbled in her situation. She's thankful for the money and the opportunities that she's been given. And I'm just saying, this lady on this hand, I just feel like you gotta chill out, sis, because one, on top of it, I don't know what type of relationship she actually wants, but if she wants like what we call a traditional relationship where a man is being a man, you cannot get at your man like that, because you're already showing a lack of respect. You basically told him he ain't ish in his face, like your only existence is because of me. Like what? That's crazy work.
It's very nasty whack.
I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's a humbling still. I hear it. All right, my last one on these videos before we do our dilemma on Reddit, and then we get into our main topic. Here we go.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I'm gonna make the same mistake twice. Hold on now. Gotta learn from your mistakes.
Cooking, I just know how.
Hold on.
Do you cook?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I'm not crazy about cooking. I just know how.
At least you can fix a meal if you need to.
Yeah, I can cook well. Yeah, the other day I made this really nice fish sauce that I do. And then Kunle came back to the house and then he ate. Now, because I was downstairs, now texted me, baby, wait to go. What can motivate you to just be cooking? I said, don't motivate me. I said, if you want...
Don't get comfortable.
I don't motivate. I don't want motivation to be cooking plenty. Please, I'm a soft queen. I'm here to relax. But I know how to cook really good.
Oh my goodness, I'm soft queen.
Yes, you will motivate.
Now, as I watched this video, yeah, at first I was like, oh yeah, you're doing a soft queen thing, like it's nice. Then I really deeped it and I said, actually, there's actually something I'm not gonna say dark. I'm more gonna say there's something that's really interesting about this. And I would say it this way. My thoughts went to, she has every right to not want to cook, because not everybody wants to cook. Like sometimes it can be a trigger for some people as well. But it doesn't sound like it's for her. She just wants a soft life, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. But when he said that he started motivating her to want to cook, and she said, don't motivate me because I'm not going to cook. Again, I says her right. But then I realized something. This man that she's dating, actually, is Banky W. It's not Banky. One of the guys, he's got money. Yeah, big time money. This man could hire a chef easily and be done with it. But he prefers you cooking whilst providing you the soft life. And I said, I wonder how much he really wants you to cook. Because it's not about the cooking. It's about the gesture, and it's about the nurturing, the fact that you've taken your hands to do this. Because he could easily hire a chef. It's not like this man got money. It's not like he's struggling for money. So then I asked myself, does she really care about his needs? I asked myself that real question. I said, is she really, and this is going back to this whole topic today, which is about whether people actually like you for you, or do they like what you can do for them? I'm not saying that she should be cooking every single day, by the way. I'm just saying when she immediately said that, I said, I wonder. You know what I mean? I wonder.
That's funny how your mind went there and my mind went to, especially because I'm a chef by trade. However, it went to, because when I first hear her talk about it, and I hear what you're saying, because I can see that too. But when she first started to talk about it, it was this. There's a little bit of joy and gleam and boast in the fact that she can cook or whatever and stuff. Like it's something there, but it's something that wasn't instilled for her for survival. It's not there for that purpose or whatever and stuff like that. It's there because it's just a little hidden talent that I have or whatever. And I bring it out for special things. But I like to do it when I'm just in a relaxed, comfortable mood to do it, not pressured to do it. I have to do it or this stuff like that. So it can still be seen as a good gesture or whatnot, because this is not something that she just knows I need to eat, so I need to cook. Or this is what he expects of me, so I must cook. He knows that I don't really care for it, but when I do it, I do tear up the kitchen, and he likes my cooking. Now, of course, his taste buds is like, I need more of that. Respectfully so, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And he might even like the look of her in the kitchen, since that's not her place. So it's a little catch-22 with the two of them, because it's a little cat and mouse game that they both can play, where it's like, this is not something that I do for you on a regular. It's like when you start saying I love you every single day. It means nothing. But when I do this for you every so often or out the blue or whatever, you don't even expect it. It reminds you how much I do love you. And for him, it's that little get to look like, hey, my baby in the kitchen today. She really feeling me. She about to break your boy off, son. He like, yeah, he started dapping his boys up like, baby done cook for me last night. You know, it went down. So it's both ways.
I do get it. I had another thought though. Because cooking here in this instance isn't for me. For both of us. You're going to eat too. You know, you're not starving yourself. You're going to eat too. So what if I said, like, you know, I'm not really big on dates like that. I don't want pressure to book dates. When I do the dates and you get excited, don't motivate me to do more dates. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, when I do the date, I do the date. Whenever I want to do the date, I do it whenever I want to do it. You know what I'm saying to you? But you know what I mean? So then with that, then again, I mean, I'm still gonna hold him accountable, because if he knew who she was beforehand, he has to be accountable. I'm just making a conversation to say that obviously if you like dates aren't just for me, they're for both of us to enjoy. You know what I'm saying to you? So then if I then say, you know, well, I'm not really big on dates like that, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, it's not a big
So
deal.
if you're doing this after this situation, you ain't doing nothing but trying to motivate me with reverse psychology. And no, I said don't motivate me, my guy. No. But in real serious, listen, if negotiations is open, Put your stuff on the table. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you should put your stuff on the table early, as you recognize the signs early in the relationships, and we could figure out what we're doing here and whatever and stuff. But sometimes when things change in a relationship or dynamics change in a relationship, or you notice a pattern later on in it, you just say something. Have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Be real with each other. Because it might be something, like you said, it could be something that's triggering for her. She might have seen something like, oh no, I just do not want that life. I don't want to do that. Or you like me. Sometimes I've been in the past and it's like, sometimes I just don't want to cook because I'm tired of cooking. I cook all the time. Yeah. Get tired of it. But then I don't want to eat nobody else's food. Like I'm in a dilemma. So it's like, so I can see where it's just different things, and they just need to have a conversation based off of it. And she can tell him, you know, here and there, I like cooking for you every so often. When I'm just in a good mood, I'm in a good mood. I cook for you. That's why the food come out great. We have a good time. Next 60 days is all you in the restaurants, baby. And I'll be back at you in another 60. Every 60 days.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's negotiate some days. I don't know.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And again, everyone has the right to do what they want to do. Do you know what I'm saying to you? You know, I know no one has that. Again, of course, I want to hold him accountable. If he's changing his mind, he has to be very clear about that. You know what I'm saying to you, and make it clear that there's a need that's developing, and he wants to have that need met. That's on him to make that need met, and also to have had that conversation at the very beginning as well, right? If that's very important to him. So I'm not taking that away. In that essence, you know, I just think to myself that, you know, anytime someone says, I'm not doing that because, you know what, don't motivate me to do something, I think to myself that when in a relationship, does that regularly happen where people are still happy in that relationship, where someone says, don't motivate me to do something that you like and I don't want to do it? Do you know what I mean? Like imagine you say to me, you know, I do a good job of, you know, of being able to rub your feet, right? I may not like it. You know, I might not necessarily like rubbing your feet. I'm not motivated to rub your feet, but I know you like it. Do you know what I do? I rub your feet. I don't rob you of the opportunity in that particular space unless it fully affects me. I'm going to be sick. I'm going to die. I would never rob you of that opportunity because I know that you like it.
Yeah, and the compromise is she does it. His thing is he's trying to motivate her to do it more often.
Yeah,
she's doing
you should motivate me to rub your feet more.
Yeah. If I have to motivate you to rub my feet more, then I have to do that. That's what I have to do because I want my feet rubbed more. I'll hear you say don't motivate me, but, you know, I just won't execute my motivation out loud, okay? I won't just slap my foot up in your face and be like, here it is. I'll just like ease me on into your hands. You know, you got to just take another route. So I'm going to just encourage brother just to take another route. Just encourage how much you love her cooking. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even negotiate some holidays, like I said, you know, special occasions. Baby, can you just cook this for me? Because, you know, I had this at the restaurant the other day, but I feel like you can do this way better, babe.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah. So the question really is, what would motivate you? But she's saying, don't motivate me because she doesn't want to do it. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah. You can say don't. She's really saying, she begged me some more. She's really saying it or whatever, stuff like that. Or you could just don't say nothing. And then she wondering why you ain't saying nothing. Now she over here cooking because you ain't saying nothing. Start ignoring her. She want to play some stupid little game. Like, just start ignoring her when she start cooking. Like, yeah. But you just got to know your personality. It just know what type of person you're dealing with. Because some people be saying don't do stuff and they really want you to.
Yeah, and that's my thing. That's what I said about that. Everyone has to be honest. You know what I mean? Because for him to say or motivate you, meaning, like you said, he wants more of it. So my thing is, are you going to be honest about this being a real need for you, right? That this is something that also is something that you really, really like. If not, then you're also robbing your partner of the opportunity to be able to respond accordingly, right? Because this is what healthy relationships require. Like, we need to talk about certain things. You know, what will work for you in an area. Okay, if I said, okay, Jay, you know, I would love for you to cook more, right? What would motivate you to, you know, or how can I negotiate with you to cook a bit more? That would then also give you the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? You wash them dishes after every time I've cooked, I want you to clean up behind me. That's a negotiation. Or you can just have a simple conversation on why is it you feel like it's so much? Because it might just feel like so much. It might take up so much of her day or whatever, in case of her being a princess, pampered princess or whatever and stuff like that. And so it's just like, what can help to make it easy? If I got you assistant in here, if I get the stuff cut up for you already and stuff like that, all you got to do is throw it in the pot. What help you make it an easier task for you? Let's work together. Maybe let's cook together. Show me how to make that dish you made the other night. That was fire. I want to learn how to do it. Because if that's your girl, she might want to just spend the time with you anyway. So that might be the motivation. That's what I'm saying. It's just, you don't have to announce how to motivate her. You don't have to be like, I want more of your cooking to motivate somebody like that. Sometimes you just got to use decoy tactics. Like I hint
This is where being a woman comes in. I'm hinting at the things that I want of you. When you're attentive, you're going to pick up on it. I really like that dish. Show me how to make that. Can we prepare that together? I told my mom about it.
See, I don't think that's even hinting though. I don't think you're hinting. I think you're being very direct, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because as men, we want you to be direct, so we know exactly what you're talking about. You telling me you want to spend time with me cooking, right? Okay, you might have a underbelly current of I want more quality time with him, but in reality situations, you're very direct, and that's essentially what we need.
But I'm not telling you to do it by yourself. And I'm telling you to do it with me. I'm telling you to teach me how to do it. So instead of it feeling like a task or a chore, now it can probably be something good because you might be into teaching. That might be your lane. That might be your like if he has a girl that sits all day and she's a makeup princess or whatever and stuff like that. She's sitting and she's making her money as a princess, doing her makeup online for people and all that stuff. She's in the art of teaching. So that I started, even if he get up in there, started himself. I don't know. I started doing this or whatever, stuff like that. What do I need to put up in there next? She might just walk by and then eventually just push him out the way. You know, but all of that is still hinting. I'm not necessarily saying it. Sometimes I'm going to be direct and tell you that I like it because I want you to know I actually do like your food. That's my first start. But after that, I don't have to just keep saying, I like your food. I need you to cook more. I like your food. I need to change my approach up. Let me buy you a pot set. You need a new pot set, babe. I seen these ones the other day. They look real good. No, just playing. That's too forward.
No, I get you. I think obviously
your apron.
No, I guess obviously maybe my brain works in just a different way, and maybe I have to work on that traumatic side of my perspective, because it's like if my partner says, and if they say they like that, bro, I would like, all right, cool. That's motivation for me. That's enough motivation. You said the fact you like it. That's enough motivation for me to say I don't mind doing more of that, even if I don't necessarily rock with it.
Your brain is in a space where you wants to be with somebody too, though, and you're not self-centered.
Okay, fair enough.
You are, you know what I'm saying? You're selfless and you're a giver. So that's a different type of situation. And you just hope that you find somebody just the same. Her relationship may not be that. She might be a little egotistic, self-centered to self. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about me. Like she says, she's the baby princess. So it's about her and her world. You're a bit more balanced than she is. So therefore, if this is the one he wants to be with, he has to learn how to figure out how to motivate his lady without directly telling her. He got to play games where somebody could be straightforward with you and you'll be like, all right. This is what we doing. All right. What I'm capping on. She said cap. What I'm capping on.
And I think obviously as well, just to make it clear, because I know some people based on good points, right? You might be growing resentment over the years, or you know that we're human, we can't cater every need. And I agree, we can't. But I'm not talking about something that I can't do. We're talking about something I cannot do and something that I can do. They're two different things. Something that I cannot do, I cannot cater to those particular needs because I can't actually do it. I don't actually have the skill set to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want me to build your house? I know you like that, but I can't build a house. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, that's very different. Do you want me to build your house? I can build your house. I have the means to build your house, but I don't build your house. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, then I'm looking at a different situation because I actually can do that. It's a skill set that I actually have. So if somebody asks me, for instance, I don't like necessarily teaching people Bible studies if I'm in a relationship with you. I feel like it creates a power dynamic for me. I don't necessarily like it. As much as I can teach it and I can do those things. But if my partner says to me, look, I really love the fact you teach and I like listening to you, I'll be like, all right, cool, I'll do it. I may not necessarily like it. You know what I'm saying to you? I may not necessarily have the ethos of liking it, doing it, but I recognize that you're also calling me forth, which is what you kind of said about the teacher aspect. I recognize you're calling me forth in that particular area. And like I always said, that doesn't mean that then that doesn't mean then you do everything they say. What it means is I can also negotiate too. I can negotiate. Because now I can also tell you, listen, hey, you know what? I appreciate that. I want to let you know from my, and this is why I said about being honest, because what I'm not saying is to just surrender yourself and then not say anything and just da-da-da. No. What I'm saying to you is also at the same time, I can also let you know, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Me doing Bible studies and teaching it, I don't particularly like it, but I know you like it and I know you want it, and I'm happy to spend that time with you as well doing that. You know what I'm saying, Chu? Because what I'm also cognizant of over is also in relationships you can negotiate. So there's also something probably that you don't like doing that I may like, and I want you to love. Like for instance, I may love watching soccer, right? And I would love for you to come sit on the sofa, watch a game with me. That's my negotiation. And the reason why I'm saying that is because relationships are not all about what you like doing. It's not always you're going to like doing something. You know what I'm saying, Chu? Do you think every single day I planned, I liked every single plan? Some of them I didn't want to be involved, bro. I was tired, bro. You know what I mean? I was tired of some of them. I just wanted to just rest. But I recognize, you know, that you needed that in that space. So again, it's not about just doing it endlessly, but it's also recognizing that if it's possible to do, you know, if it's possible to do. Someone said, how is Burning Man different from cooking dinner? It's not any different. It's not any different, which is why I said I said about the Burning Man that she should try it. That's why I said it. I said that she should try and go. And what did she do? She went. Now, of course, he had his own mindset towards that situation, right? And she actually liked it in the end, almost liked it in the end, you know? So, but she ended up staying the whole 7 days, you know, as well. So, you know, I think for me personally, it's also about being able to, at times, be able to be a bit more flexible. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I'm sure there's things that, you know, she likes that he don't like doing himself. And is he willing to, is he willing to do those things for her? That's a key thing. If he's not willing to do those things for her as well and make some certain sacrifices, then bro, you can't be complaining about someone else making those sacrifices. I'm not going to complain about someone, you know what I mean? Like if you're not going to make the sacrifices for the person too, you know. Someone says something in the house that can go on multiple times a day, like cooking. It's a lot of labor, cleaning, recipes, shopping, etc. Especially if there's pressure because you want it. Yeah. So, and I think that's what goes back to Jay's point, which is, and again, this is what I always say about being aware of this too as a man, which is I also understand if I'm asking for something, there may be that whilst I may want that thing in its purest form, for instance, I want you to cook. In its pure form, that also involves you cleaning the kitchen because you cooked. You know what I mean? But the negotiation may be, and this is why I said that everyone has to be also ready that there could be a negotiation. I'm willing to, but I'm gonna need you to clean. Now, if I start throwing my hands in the air and be like, what do you mean you want me to clean after you've cooked? My friend, she's put the terms or conditions. If you want X, Y, and Z, this is what you gotta do. So if I now go, but I don't like washing dishes. I don't like cooking. So what do you want me to do? Then it's like that. Do you get what I'm saying to you? That's the negotiation in that space I'm talking about, that you can negotiate. When you're healthy and you're able to talk about things, you can do that. Yes, go for it, Jay.
Technically, she did start negotiation. She said, nah.
She did, and he needs to negotiate better.
Yeah, he needed to come back with some more terms.
He needs to be like, well, so what do I need? What is it
negotiation?
That can make this thing sway?
That price didn't work for her. Set another price. How about
come back with a renewed offer?
I'm trying to help the brother out, get that meal. You know what I'm saying? Somehow.
and there's nothing wrong with that. There may be a need for him to sacrifice something. She may need something from you, and that's okay. That's okay. She may need you. She may need.
You're gonna have to pay to play.
The allowance might have to increase a little bit that month. You know what I mean? The allowance might have to increase from month to month now.
That might motivate her. You might.
That might motivate her.
If she cook and you drop off a little stack for her cooking, you might be like, "What's this for, baby?" Oh, because you cooked for me tonight. Who's at the grocery store tomorrow? Me. Who's at the grocery store tomorrow? Me.
You see? Yeah.
Bands will make her pants. Bands will make them pants.
Trust me.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, you know. So I said we both got money now. What's up? You don't get it. Even people who have money are attracted to money still. It's
Yeah.
someone else's money.
Now
It's
I
not
got your
about you
money.
having money.
Now I got your
It's
money.
someone else's money. You don't know, but it's not just money anyway. It's whatever she requires as a negotiation tactic. But yeah, but it's really interesting to see that perspective. But yeah, okay. Let us get into one of the dilemmas, and then we'll get into the main topic for the last part of the show. I have a dilemma, and it's a sticky one still. Okay, it's a sticky one still. Let's go. You better use imagination. It's imagination. All right, so here's our dilemma, B. Here's our dilemma. Okay, so dilemma here says I commented on a post of my boyfriend on a "Are we dating the same guy?" On an "Are we dating the same guy?" page, and he found out. What are my next steps? She said, I recently found out recently found a post of my boyfriend on a local "Are we dating the same guy?" page. We have been dating for 5 years. There are several comments on there of girls stating they texted him and went out with him, and couldn't tell if this had happened recently or if it could have been from a long time ago. So I commented on it anonymously, asking if anyone has talked or hooked up with him recently, and a girl responded saying she did, and asked if I did as well, and if I have any tea on him. I probably should have said I was his girlfriend, but I was so embarrassed. I couldn't, and worried. I'm worried I wouldn't get any information, so I just said he told me not to talk or speak with anyone else, and he wouldn't either, but that we never hooked up. She responded back claiming he said the exact same thing to her. Now, chick, wait, hold a minute. How do you know what he's saying to these women? Anyway, cool. It's that same thing to her. I then asked when they last hooked up, and she never responded back. Yeah, because it's probably your boy on that page as well too. My boyfriend then comes home and is furious, slamming doors, giving me dirty looks, but won't say anything to me. I know he knows. I was the one who anonymously posted because I had suspicions that he had been cheating on me, and have recently been asking him, and he denied doing so. I then go back to the post, and all of her responses are deleted. So I know she told him, and I'm sure he told her to delete them, but he's pissed at me for it. Anyway, what are my steps? Do I confront him about it? Just wait and see if he says anything. Also, we rent an apartment together, and we're on the same lease, so that makes things even more complicated. Lord of mercy. It's a sticky situation.
Again, when you have no plans on doing anything, why do we disturb the peace in the house? Live in your ignorant little bliss of the not knowing. It's peaceful. It's nice there. You can create whatever you want in that place. You can just be as delulu as you want to be. These are the times when you should actually use the Lulu. When you're just not really ready to make that ultimate move, because of what the hell did you post it for, to find out for what? Because what was you going to do? You're in a whole lease. You're not even ready to break your lease. Ma'am, you should have already had a down payment on another place. And you was just trying to see if you need to get that check back real quick. I don't understand. And did you ever find out if he was cheating? Do you even know if it wasn't just him? Because one of the homies done told him that they found you on there. Or this is the actual girl that he's actually messing with. You have no information on nothing. Like what? What are we doing? Then you're back on here posting.
Telling the world, baby, he gonna find it.
My poor little babies. Somebody said stop shacking up. Rent high, baby.
Rent is diabolically high.
We
It's
ain't doing it.
interesting. It's interesting because I feel for her, man. You know what I mean? Like, you went to find information, you've got the information, now you're kind of stuck with it. But it's interesting that she said that. How did she know to say? I don't know, maybe it's a universal term. So, but how does she know to say, like, oh, she never? He asked her basically not to do anything. They're gonna hook up, but they're not gonna do anything, and you know, she shouldn't do anything with anybody else. Like, that is very specific wording. You know what I mean? Like, how did we get here? How did a girl know? You know what I mean? Like, who's really setting up who?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I know she said she was anonymous on the app, but you know.
But how anonymous can you be when you're literally saying that this is such and such a 5? Like, maybe this is the information she's given us on this app that they've been together so long or whatever, and it wasn't like that on the other app. But what? Then you need to continue to play anonymous. Like, girl, I don't know what you mad about. What you mad about, babe? What's wrong with you? I don't know nothing. He don't know nothing. If he don't tell me nothing, I don't know nothing. Show me proof. Because who sent what? Because what was you sending anonymous for if you ain't scared to get caught? Like, would you think it wasn't going to be able to find that it was you? Or think possibly it is you? Because maybe he ain't messing with nobody else but you. So he's trying to figure out, you were just accusing him of cheating last week. Now he on some app. Use your thinkers. Let's go, people. You guys are in rookie league with this. Like, you got to commit to this crime now. You got to fully commit. You're in there. He come home with attitude. You don't know what the attitude is about. Deny. I don't know. I can't keep coaching y'all like this. You know what I'm saying? This is against my rules and regulations. I cannot do this. But at this point, it says you better just delete this post. Delete this. Delete it fast. Get a VPN.
Nah, he still. It's wild behavior. But yeah, old girl's got to be ready, man. Just, you know what? You want to take a dive? You got to start swimming, sis. Okay, I know the water's deep, but you got to start learning to swim because you've already thrown yourself in the deep end. There's literally nothing else. You know, so I mean, listen, sis, you know, I would say, you know, don't let someone tell you twice. Okay, all right, like, don't let someone tell you twice. And if you are going to investigate, you have to investigate the whole way, like you said, Jay. I think, you know, like, you need to find out if this, because right now the circumstantial at best, the proof. There's a girl that says she knows him. Yeah, okay, but we need a bit more proof now so that you can feel more comfortable. Not because of me, so you can feel more comfortable. You ain't got to prove it to me. You're trying to prove it to yourself so you can have a good excuse of why you're leaving. So you need to do the actual work. If you don't do the work, you've wasted your time. You know what I'm saying? You just got heart palpitations for no reason now. Get me? So you must go all the way, get that information and get your ass out of there. But, you know, you can't force everybody to see it that way.
Crazy work.
That's what it is. Anyway, let's get into the last half an hour of our show, which is talking about this topic: who is benefiting more from relationships in 2025? If you're in the chat, I'm going to put a poll up now to let you guys know. We want to know who benefits more from relationships. Who benefits more from relationships? Okay, in 2025. Okay, who benefits more from relationships? Men or women? We want to know your thoughts. So, of course, make sure you guys are liking the live, but also joining the poll. Okay, I put it in the chat. There you go. All right. So our main topic of this is I'm gonna play a few clips for you just to have a few different thought processes around this as well. Let's have a look. Okay, there we go. Here's my first video for this topic. There we go. Okay.
Relationship.
Oh man. So
and
much.
do you feel the difference between compromise? Do you feel like there's a difference between compromise?
Well, that's a false start. Hold on now. There we go.
What have you given up in a relationship?
Oh man. So
and
much.
do you feel the difference between compromise? Do you feel like there's a difference between compromise and sacrifice?
I think men always have to do a little bit more, honestly. That's my honest opinion. Men always have to do a little bit more compromising, a little bit more.
And why?
And it's not by a lot. It's not like, oh my God, but it's a little bit more. We got to swallow the pill a little bit more than you guys,
Why
I
do you
believe.
expand?
I mean, he's just true.
It's just a little bit more. Okay.
I want to hear why.
Okay.
Because we got more ego too, like to
Yes,
stuff. And,
that
being the man.
I think the
and we looking
strength,
like we the king.
Yes, I agreed, 100%. I think the strength is in that. I feel like I've been able to be very apologetic and accountable, and I feel like a lot of times, the majority of the times, my partner has not been. Even over something small, right? Like I've done something small and I've been like, look, I want to apologize to you because I kind of had a bad day, and I can do that, right? It's easy for me because I want you to know that you're not the issue. I'm going through something, and I allowed that to hang on to you, and I apologize. I've been in situations where that can linger for days, 4 or 5 days, and now I'm effing feeling weird because you're having an issue, but you don't know how to communicate that issue to me. And so I got to swallow more pride than you. I gotta, and it's because you don't want to, maybe, or I don't know. I'm speaking about a multitude of situations, but the consensus I've gotten is I've always had to just kind of, sorry. All right. Yeah, let's go. Because I'm driving the ship. We got to go where I have to go because I'm making the money, right? We have to go to this thing. We have to go to this event. I can't go to this event and you have a problem. So I need to clear the problem and make sure that we're straight before we go in here because I can't have any issues in here, right? I don't think that, on the other foot, it's the same. I haven't seen it.
Let him scramble for some time, but it's a perfect way to get to know them.
Which is so depressing. But they were saying, I saw this TikTok recently, the comments were just so depressing. But they were saying, like, women, what have you not said out loud about marriage? And one woman said, his life will be better when you get married. Yours won't. And it was this conversation about, you're going to do everything you do for yourself, and now you're going to have to do it for somebody else too, and the kids. And I'm like, man, it really matters who you decide to do life with, right? And how they view partnership and marriage and you as a woman and your ambitions and your goals and the role they play in that, and that you don't do that on your own. You do that as a team.
So the question we're answering is, who benefits more from relationships, men or women? What is your thoughts, Jay? I know you give us a little bit of a synopsis earlier on. Who benefits more?
The one least invested in the relationship. It sounds crazy, I know. But the truth is they're halfway in, so they don't really care. They have nothing to lose out of it. There's no high stake in this situation. So for them, it's just, I get in this, I get out. Now, as we get into the marriage part of it, to be honest with you, neither benefits more. If we're going to say, if we're in an actual committed relationship where we cannot just walk away from each other, we're doing both ourselves a disservice. Because the truth is, you have your whole role to play, and I have a whole separate role to play. I cannot calculate what you should be doing over there because that is your job over there to be doing. That's not my job. I'm not qualified for that job. I'm qualified to do these things over here, and I need to put 100% of my effort over here doing these things, not focusing on what you're doing or not doing over there. Long as it's getting done, that is all I care about on both ends. By the end of the day, my tasks need to be completed. Your tasks need to be completed. We can do our check-ins and see how we're doing as a team. But like she said, this should be a partnership. I'm not sitting here competing with you on how much things that you're accomplishing and getting done. Long as we're both accomplishing and getting things done, our things should just be building. So that's where my focus would be. I don't, and I see where in today's culture that a lot of people are just focused on this person is not doing this for me, or this person is not doing that, or whatever. This person is not doing it. It's a lot of pointing of the fingers of looking at everybody else instead of looking at self. We can only control the things that we are doing. Everything else we're judging. And guess what we're doing? We're just judging it off a base of things that we think we're doing. So like, even though I forgot that young man's name that was in Grownish or whatever, that so Trevor, I think his name is, or something that he was saying first or whatever, from his POV, he will look like he's always taking accountability. When we're in relationships, we only see our POV. We only see what we want to see in a relationship. So a lot of times we're just looking at what the other person done wrong for us or didn't do for us or not giving us or whatever and stuff like that. And we're always holding ourselves on that pedestal of we did all of these wonderful things for that person, not thinking one time that we have let that person down several times. And some of those apologies was owed. So I might not be giving you an apology where I feel like I should be giving you an apology, or when I actually felt like I did something wrong. But maybe that apology was valid for something else later on that I never apologized before. But in our POV, we always see ourselves as somewhat of the victim because we don't like to work on ourselves. And I would have to ask sometimes in those situations, what is it that you're attracting from these women? Because obviously you've said in many of his situations, he has attracted this type of woman. So it's something in you, sir, you have to work on. So you can stop attracting those women that don't hold themselves accountable. And yeah, I don't know, because I feel like I'm going on a rant now, so I'm just all over the place. Sorry, but.
No, you made some quality points. And I think with this particular topic, I hear both sides complaining about each other, and it makes sense because if you have bad partners, why wouldn't you complain, right? But I always say, like, people that are happy and are enjoying their marriages tend not to speak too much because most of the talking is done by the actions that they're doing in a relationship. Mm-hmm. But when we're saying about being of a benefit, my thing is this. Maybe that's my mindset again. I think there's a lot of people who have this mindset because they're trying to be healthy and balanced. There are men out there that their wife will get pregnant and they'll expect their wife to do everything they were doing beforehand, the same kind of energy. Mm-hmm. He hates her. Simple as. That man hates her, okay? He is surviving and using her as a resource. Totally. If I see my wife is struggling, or never see my wife, if I see my wife is pregnant, the questions that are running through my head is, what do you need me to do? How can I help you here? You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to have more issues with me almost stealing your autonomy than actually you actually having to do things on your own. Why? Because I recognize that my partner in this situation is very vulnerable. They need my help. Good partners, people who are trying to be good partners, are paying attention to these details, right? So then when we say who's benefiting from a relationship, we both are benefiting from a relationship. Why would we not both benefit from a relationship? Why am I in a relationship where only I am benefiting? Well, clearly because I don't like you, mm-hmm. right? Because as a man or a woman, there is a part of us that's hardwired to be not people pleaser per se, but to please by seeing the other person also happy. There is no, if you genuinely love your partner, there's nothing exciting about seeing your partner upset or not being happy in a relationship. There's nothing. You're not rejoicing like, oh my God, I can't believe you're not happy. Yeah, you're not sitting there happy. You also feel a sense of sadness because you're recognizing that maybe there's a part you're playing, and so you're not actually creating a place where there's joy. Why would I be happy about that? You know what I mean? So yes, relationships should be mutually beneficial. And in order to enjoy the benefits of that relationship, both parties, including myself, need to pay attention to what the needs are. Mm-hmm. And they can shift and change with time and seasons. I've got to be ready to shift and change too. I may not always get it instantly, but I'm going to be ready to shift and change. Why? Because I like you, because I love you, because I care about you, and I care about your well-being. I care about your mental health. I care about your physical health. I care about your emotional health. So my mind is geared to serving you, right? And I know that by serving you, I would also get my servitude back, my needs met as well. Where would there not be benefits in that space? You know
Should
what I
be
mean?
endless benefits. But at some point, like I say, the one that's least invested in it is going to be the one that benefits from it because they're just taking. They're not putting the time in. They're not investing their energy and love and value or attention just to even notice that my partner is lacking somewhere. And somewhere in an area that I'm actually excelling in. And like you say, those people don't like them. They're just using you. They're leeching off of you for some reason or whatever, just to boost. Some people do get settled in relationships to say, I can do better. I'm just waiting for a train to come by, carry me away or whatever. So it's just like, know your worth. Know your value, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then there's a far sure way of knowing what your partner's attention. Have conversations. Because people can only hold frame. They can only maintain a representative for so long, but conversations break all of that. Because people love to, deep down inside, people want to be vulnerable with other people. They want somebody close to them. They want to be able to share who they are with other people. Y'all need to have real conversations. You'll hear who a person is through that. You can filter through a lot of stuff that way. Just don't date no writers or anything like that, authors and stuff. You might have a little problem there. They good storytellers. Not just playing. Let me not scare you. Cause you. Stop. But yeah, I don't know.
It's real, man. It's real. It's real. I think, yeah, it's real because I think in these situations, I think it's important for all of us to be in a space where we are recognizing our inputs and outputs. And that comes from being present, right? Because I would never want my partner to feel like, in fact, I think maybe this part of the people pleasing aspect of it, which is you always want to feel like the other person is getting a better deal than even what they thought they were getting. You always want to do a little bit above and beyond. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, you want that from your partner, and so it's inconceivable from my perspective that you're not benefiting. You know what I mean? It's inconceivable, and vice versa. I think to myself that with current state of affairs and relationships, and the way that people are, a lot of people are self-focused. A lot of people haven't recognized that they're still taking, like you said, and they don't know how to give. They don't know how to be able to let the person on the other end be able to receive. And it's very much me. And that is going to always create the lack of benefits from the other party. You know what I'm saying, Chu? Your garden needs to be well watered. you need to be well pruned. You need to be able to grow. You need space to grow. And so when you're in relationships, the whole point is to be fulfilling of each other's needs. I guess it just fascinates me. I shouldn't say it fascinates me. I do know why, but it fascinates me that we are not willing to. If you say you like someone, you love them, you're not willing to try and hear them out as to what they need from you. You know what I mean? Like, why should you be in a situation where, for instance, I can't share my deepest thoughts with you because women, they'll use it against you. Or why is that some women can't rely on a man, and so when you're pregnant, it's like you have to do everything. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're even still working, you're paying the bills. Like, you're barefoot and yet still having to do everything he's not doing. Or why is it that as a woman that you talk to your partner and they can't cook, they can't clean. Like, they tell you that I can't clean, it's a woman's job. You know what I mean? Like, you start recognizing that a lot of these things, bro, they're just that's hogwash and nonsense. So a lot of people, like you said, in relationships, people that don't like them, that's why the benefits conversation comes up. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with a partner that said, "So, are you benefiting from me? Like, do you feel like you're benefiting from me?"
To be honest with you, you're benefiting from me being here, okay? Because these women wouldn't want you if it wasn't for me. You see what I'm saying? Huh.
Won't hold you.
They only want you because it's me.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why we have these conversations or whatever, because if the relationship is not working, if we're fussing and fighting, neither one of us is benefiting. If both of us is not happy, we're not benefiting. So I'm just not understanding. Like, I get where the need of some of it comes from, to just like be understood that we, especially as women, Black women specifically, are doing a whole lot. It feels like, but these are things that we're geared to do. Like, let's be honest with it. We're made to hold the children or whatnot. We are now in a society, in a place where women have to be on their own or whatever, stuff like this. We just got to suck it up, buttercup. And I hate to say it like that, but the honest truth is this is life right now. We're not in a space where we have a man to necessarily depend on. And if y'all going to keep laying down and having babies prematurely, and sometimes the marriage prematurely, because yes, some of y'all are having baby and being single mothers in a marriage. I get it. So I don't want to tell people just to be out here alone, because sometimes that goes the wrong way too. Because being alone too long sometimes makes you self-centered, and you can't see what's going on with your partner, or don't want to serve your partner either, and stuff like that, because you've been surviving on your own all this time and stuff. We got to find the balance of being able to date, but still understand who we are as we're transitioning through these parts of life. And say that while I'm doing this, because this is what you're doing when you're deciding to date and be in a relationship, you're actually consciously making the decision to say, I'm going to take the time out to learn somebody other than myself. So you're adding more tasks to your plate. You're putting more, if you're up in school, you're putting more classes to your schedule. It is what it is. Get in them books, sis. Get in them books, bro. Like, let's do this. You signed up for these classes. You got now to finish the course. So that means that you're going to have to take time of understanding yourself while understanding others. Try doing it. Try opening up. Sometimes you actually learn yourself by watching and understanding others. You for sure know what you ain't gonna put up with. I'm just saying. Might not know what you like, but you know what you don't like. Trust me. So I just say, like, practice balance dating, taking your time, relationships, you know what I'm saying? Courting people. Go back to that. hanging out with some people. You might not understand, you know, it just might be a little lust thing, and y'all might have an agreement on this is what we're gonna do. I don't know. Not suggesting you should do that. It's not for everybody. However, might just be that just take your time. Learn yourself. Learn others. Don't be damn, because then now I'm gonna have y'all on Corey's 5-year plan. I feel like in that 5 years you should date others though. Just saying. Just dating. I don't know.
I definitely hear that. Shout out to
don't ask me.
Can I get some podcast 441? I was like,
oh
yes, can I get some? Oh yes, it's my boy Damien.
Okay.
Yeah, Damien. I was on his podcast the other day as well, man. You know what I mean? So I'll invite him for next show. He's a sound brother, so he can go. He's married and everything, so he's a cool guy. But he's lived the life. You know, like how he did dark arts. He knows. He's lived that life. You know. So we'll definitely get him on. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate coming on and saying that as well. Yeah, exactly. We need more people like that. Okay. Any final thoughts, Jay? Any final thoughts? We're rounding up.
Always communicate. You know what I'm saying? Be in communication of self. And that communication is not always just talking and just being verbal with things or whatever and stuff. Communication comes in all kinds of forms. You pick up on body languages, you pick up on subtle tones, cues, and different things like that. So the more you start to be in tune with yourself, the more cues you start picking up from others. You know, trust in who you are, trust in your gut. Be in relationships that are beneficial to you and your partner. Don't waste your time if there's not, you know what I'm saying? Because what is the point of being in a relationship on a solo mission? So if you guys are going to choose to be a team, be a team. Support each other, love each other, grow together, like actually have, again, communication. So other than that, ask questions that you are ready for the answers for. If you're going to move on, ready to move on and do what you got to do with that information. Otherwise, leave it alone. Y'all have a wonderful night. We'll be back with some more dilemmas or whatnot. What?
No, for real. Yeah, for real. Don't even worry. But listen, audience, it's been a good conversation. We lasted 2 hours and we had a good time. You know, we love being able to have real conversations on this platform, myself and Jay. And so if you've enjoyed it, make sure you're liking it, make sure you're sharing it with somebody, subscribe to channels respectively as well. And make sure you guys hype the video up as well. But we're going to love you. We're going to leave you. But listen, don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's not much I wouldn't do. So be careful out there in them streets. Okay. All right. Don't do anything you shouldn't do now. Okay. We're going to love you and we're going to leave you.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very sad, but we gotta go. People will see you again very soon. Much love, much appreciation. You know what time it is.